Meeka live.
Back like we ain't never left.
Let me fade this down right quick so we can get this show popping, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, Bryant McKinnie and Meeka
Bryant
Claxton.
with a T.
Bryant.
Ooh. See, he got something with you today. He denied you on the live request.
Yeah, man.
That was by accident.
Now he checking your ass. You
Yeah,
know?
man.
No, a lot of people call me Brian, like it's spelled
They do,
Brian.
Brian,
And then they spell my last name wrong too with the EY.
That's funny when people spell your name wrong and they act like they know you like that. Though. I be like,
I've heard
you don't really know him.
my
man.
name be called Byron. I've heard it called Brian, and it's Bryant,
Yeah.
like Kobe Bryant. And McKinney, but it's not with the EY, it's the IE at the end.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. I'm different. Shoot.
You special.
Shout out to
I was
Draco.
gonna say that.
Yeah, man.
We all special in our own right.
Anyway, we back up in this mix. This is show number 2 in this building, but it's technically like show number, I would say.
1,000. No,
I-
shout out to Way Different.
Yeah, shout out to Way Different.
Yeah, man. Our new studio, we
New
all
facility.
shiny, all beautiful. We're no
Shiny,
longer in the hood.
We look real professional.
Word.
Hey, anybody look real classy?
we moved on up.
And we
like
got-
the Jefferson.
Yeah, man. And
We went from being ghetto to medium ghetto.
we used to have
Bougetto.
I posted something this
'Cause
week
we
about
still
medium.
kinda ghetto.
I posted something about medium ghetto. It's like medium ghetto is like I know how to act when I go places.
Yeah.
However,
But
I
and
will set it off
however,
if I need to.
you will check a bitch. Check a motherfucker. For real.
I think I'm just keep.
Quick.
I got a lot of guy friends, so I'm just gonna keep my live on Meeka.
Hey.
I didn't think you would approve. I think
Who, me?
I got it. All these guys are from the Midwest.
Mika's
though.
single looking to mingle.
Yeah, man.
What?
You're not looking to mingle? Oh, you ain't single? Wait a minute.
Wait,
See,
time
this
out.
explains it. The trip, that trip you took
Costa
to
Rica.
Costa Rica, that movies.
I can't even hear y'all again. My left ear acting up again.
Turn her
So my
ears
left
up.
or my right one?
Turn her-
my ears is acting up.
Turn my microphone
no,
up.
I mean, no, time out. I mean, what like, okay.
You gonna get the
moving to
blushing
next
and-
up- No, I'm not. I am single. I didn't say I was ready to mingle. Yeah, let's say that.
You gotta say you taking because I got guys that are like wolves, they're like animals. Like damn, they've been watching the show for like.
I like good guys. You
Nah,
know?
these guys are thugs.
I'm from the hood. I'm done with the hood.
Mika like thugs.
I do. I usually do.
That's why they
I feel like a lot of girls, for some reason, they like successful thugs.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. I like thugs just in general, but I wouldn't like get in a relationship with one. Like I know like what time it is. You know, there's certain people that you marry and you chill with and you settle down, and it ain't them.
So what?
Oh, okay.
You like thugs, but how far do you take it?
I mean, I'm attracted to them. That's the word. Yeah.
Ah, man.
Like shorty that live over by me with the tat on his neck, like all of
That
that.
you say you be running into?
all of that.
Like a music video, y'all keep
Yeah, we
making
keep-
eye contact. Somebody taking out
You
the
drive
trash. Somebody
past,
going
but
to
I
their
have
car.
my kids. I'm like, I hate when people try to talk
Catch
to me
me
when I
by
have
myself.
my kids. I think that's like the most disrespectful
awkward.
thing. No, it's just I don't like it.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. People do it all the time, and I just don't like it.
Oh.
Our movers do it. Anybody, like it's crazy. My kids, they just think it's weird too.
And they be like, so you don't see my
They
whole
be like,
kids
somebody
in?
again is trying to live on me. But I just think it's just weird. I don't like it.
Anyway.
So if you see me with my kids, don't holler at me.
Don't holler at Mika when she
Slide me a note like we in 5th grade or something,
Right.
but don't do it in front of my
Do
kids.
you like me? Circle yes or no.
Yeah.
it might be your husband though. Like, he gotta be able to.
Not if you're gonna try to talk to me in front of my kids.
What? Wait
ain't
a
gonna know
minute
that.
here. Hold on for a second. No, because the kids is the package that comes with you. So
Yeah, but not trying to kick it. That's just so.
I see what you're saying. I see
what.
what you're saying. I get it, but damn, I mean, I would be like,
Yeah.
he sees that you have kids, so
That's cool and all, but
he would have to have some type of. I mean, he got to
Have respect
Nah, I think he got to
for
shoot
the-
his shot, man. You never know.
Right, because you never know when he can get that chance
man.
to take that shot again.
You be like,
if it's
well,
meant to be, I
she
must
gotta-
see you again.
I always hear
like
people say that
shorty
too.
and
That
no,
is
I'm just
true.
kidding.
That is true though. When I first met
Yeah.
Venus, I met Venus out in L.A. club called LAX. I think like 2005, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and Vernon Carey, I was doing something for ESPN, and me and Vernon Carey was out there, and we had got a table. We went with some of the employees from ESPN, got a table at this club LAX, and the table next to us was making good. So we like, hey, that's making good. So I'm gonna say about 15 minutes later, like Venus and Serena came in, and we was like, damn. It's Venus and Serena.
Yeah.
I told Vernon, I said, don't say nothing. Just act like
Yeah.
don't acknowledge their presence really. Like don't like say nothing or be like anything.
Don't be starstruck.
Yeah. So we gonna act like we don't see them,
Yeah.
right? So we was just chilling and we was over there with all the colleagues from ESPN and they eventually came over and they introduced themselves. And I'm like, I told you. So we was like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. But we still didn't act really like bothered by it. Like, oh, nice to meet y'all. Yeah. So, and we kept moving. Why would we leave the lady from ESPN? She's going to say, y'all would be a great couple talking about Venus. And she's like, I'm going to get a number for you. I'm like, no, you ain't got to do all that. She go up to her and was like, hey, I'm with such and such. She's like, he's with the Vikings. And she's like, well, why did he send you over here? He should have came himself. Like,
she was your wing
down, like, brrr, and the lady came back and was like, she was like, I said, I told you don't go over there. Exactly. How I'm ignoring her all night long, and all of a sudden at the end, it's like you're going up to her. I didn't approve of her doing it, but she did it. So she was like, well, if it's meant to be, I'll run into him again. I ran into Venus about 3 more times, but this time in Miami. I ran into her at Club Mansion. She had like a wrist injury at the time, so she wasn't playing tennis. She was like recovering and rehabbing or whatever. I ran into her at Club Mansion. I ran her Club Bed, and then again at Mansion. And she was like, listen, I keep running you, and I met you in L.A.
Exactly.
She says, obviously, you like to hang out.
Know you. Exactly.
Obviously, you hanging out. I like to hang out. We need to exchange numbers and hang out together.
And the rest is
and
history.
We exchanged numbers, and we hung out, and we've been hanging out ever since.
And now we over there winning silvers
now
and
we
golds
doing the Williams Invitational.
At the Williams Invitational.
She gave me tennis lessons.
You know what I'm saying?
I beat Serena in
love
doubles.
Venus and Serena.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned the tennis lessons because that's how I became to know you. I'm gonna sound. This is gonna sound crazy as hell. You've been in the league 12 years. Like I knew of you, but when I saw the video, the YouTube, it made me learn more about you. Does that sound weird? Like, did you get a lot of people that say, "Hey, I met you through that YouTube video when you were playing"?
I know people seen it, but no.
It opened.
It probably give people a different idea.
Oh yeah. No, it opened you up to non-football fans.
Yeah. No, it did.
Because my aunt, like, she's a big Serena and Venus fan. Like, she loves tennis or whatever. And she saw the video, and so that puts you in a different.
It does because like, he plays tennis, and then it's like
you a star now. You hanging out with Venus and Serena. Forget about the championship you won, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Me and Venus actually took a picture together. I have it on my social media somewhere of us. I'm holding one of her Wimbledon trophies, and she's holding my Super Bowl ring.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
We did that when I finally, after 11 years,
throwback.
won the Super Bowl.
Throw that in there.
Do you guys I was gonna ask you, do you keep your Super Bowl ring in a safe key?
Better.
Like, is it in a? Now, I don't want to. You don't have to say where, but is it under high security where?
It's in a safe, so it's hard to get to.
Yeah, because I saw I saw a story about a couple years ago where there was a Super Bowl ring for sale at a pawn shop in Vegas. And
that person probably was coming on hard time.
Really?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
You know, Super Bowl rings, I think our ring was like, 20 or 30.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's usually
and it
really
goes
expensive.
up in value, right? Like
and ours at the time was the biggest, but I'm sure somebody else surpassed
Do you
that
guys
since then.
does football do like basketball? Do they get another ring for the wife or whatever?
Everybody.
Yeah,
like the wife can get one.
Yeah.
Really?
The whole staff.
Yeah. Because I got a ring.
The mom or the wife can
Really?
get it. Yeah, the
From
mom
the
or the
Spurs,
wife
I
can
got
get
a
a
ring.
ring.
Hold on for a second. We got a couple.
It's all a part of the family.
Yeah,
so
it's all
like
part of the family.
everybody in the organization gets the ring, from the people in the front office to like the equipment people. Everybody gets a ring, and then like your wife, your mom.
Hold on, let me put the camera on Meeka. Wait a minute for a second.
Wait, time. No, it's crazy. But our ring is not worth what you guys' rings were. So you guys' rings was like 20,000, like you said. No, I think at that time that was 2001, 2003. My daughter was just born, so I think their ring was like 11 or 15,000, and like our ring was 7,000.
So they just took a couple diamonds off, basically.
No, it's just a little
smaller.
Yeah. So ours looks like a high school graduation ring, like a man's one.
Okay.
And then theirs looks like something that you would never wear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But mine, the funny thing about mine is like, we were just engaged at the time.
Okay.
So my last name was my maiden name, Wait. So my shit, it has my name on it. Like niggas can't ever say that shit was his.
Shout out to Kyrie Meeka. Kyrie just tuned in on the live.
Shine away.
Shine anyway.
Shine anyway.
Anyway.
But no, my shit has my name on it.
Oh, that's
my maiden
dope.
name, Wait, and it says Spurs, the championship. It's so dope, and it's like lit, but it's in a safe also. Yeah. I sold a lot of shit. I ain't selling that shit.
Because now it's like you can't sell. To me, I don't know why people would sell it, because especially somebody like that played to get it. It's like, why would you sell it? Because that was your purpose. That was your whole dream of coming up, is to get to that level and play at the highest point to win that, like
Yeah.
a championship. So to sell it, it's like sell it for what?
Nah, it would have had to been on Hard Times or who like right
That'd
now.
be real hard times.
I'm looking at one on eBay for $49,000. So I don't know if that's pretty
That's
much.
a Colts one.
Let's see here.
I see Colts.
It looks like a New York Giants.
No,
but
I'm looking at the second one. That's what I
waving
can
back
see.
at y'all.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know how expensive. Anyway, would you ever? Is there a number that you would?
I'm not selling my damn ring.
I don't think you should ever sell. I don't care how
No.
much money. Unless
I
you
ain't
have
selling my ring.
access
Shit,
to it.
all that shit I had to go through.
No, I'm just saying,
that
like,
damn ring.
unless you had, and if somebody gave you $1 million for that ring,
Man,
I would take it.
I ain't selling
Listen,
it.
I would take it with access.
I ain't
like if I
selling-
needed to go with, I would.
Listen,
Fuck
I ain't
that
selling my
shit.
ring.
But I didn't play for it, so it's different.
Right, you don't be knowing what you done went
You
through,
got
all
that
these
shit.
injuries and all
They
that
gonna
stuff
be
to
like,
get that.
They bought my ring. They be like, who's weight?
Yeah.
Sideline, bench warmer.
By the way,
bench warmer.
we got a bunch of University of Miami fans talking about ask you about the O-line. Look, we talk about champions
O-line.
and rings, man. We're not talking about the University of
Word.
Miami
No,
right
but
now.
Well, we can
University
talk.
of
We can
Miami
always talk about the
champions.
University of
Yeah,
Miami, though.
And what
I'm
do you
here
think,
now.
what do you
so,
think about the
yeah,
O-line
Miami
this
was,
year?
you know,
The O-line, hopefully they've gotten better. They got a new coach. I haven't been down there and I haven't met any of the coaching staff yet, so
I saw
I
someone
really couldn't
ask
tell you
you
anything
if
about
you
it.
would be,
A
if you would
coach.
consider coaching.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
I would consider.
that's
I don't know about full time, not right now, because there's other things that I want to do in my life, and it's
So you
not.
be a half-ass
It's like
coach,
let
huh?
me. It's like let me come down and just coach technique a couple times
then
a
go
week
out.
for a couple hours. But I'm not. I don't want to focus on recruiting, and I don't want to focus
so
on.
maybe consulting
I could be a
could be
consultant,
a good.
but
You would make a great coach,
opportunity.
man.
I would help coach technique. So when I watch them do certain things like
You know,
Yeah.
we gotta
run block or
I'm
pass.
telling you because Speedy he created a whole position when he retired at
Mm-hmm.
Hofstra, and it was called the special assistant to the so and so, and he got paid more
I
than
would
any
be a
of them.
special assistant.
That's what you should do. Create that. And then like discuss.
You gotta
what
tell me
those
more
are.
about
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, I mean
I could bring that up
Yeah,
now.
you should.
Oh yeah, you
Put
definitely.
this money
Finder's
aside. I ain't gonna be
fee.
there that
Right.
long,
Right,
right?
recruitment
We give
fee.
Meeka a finder's fee.
I'm not expensive either because I got bangs, so I just want a little something.
See, the thing,
Buy me a new bag.
Right.
the thing with you though, as a coach, you actually are still active and you still exercise and you still. So when you tell
But
the
it's
guy,
just the knowledge too.
But you
Because
know-
a lot of those guys who are coaches have never played at the level I played.
that's
at
what I'm
either.
saying, and a lot of those
So-
guys aren't still active. So the young guys can relate to you better.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Because I get out there with them and still do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real though. I love
Keep it real.
Yeah, you know, because that's my middle name, Meeka Real, Wade Claxton, huh? Right? No, I think seeing you in a position to make people better is a great thing. And you know,
Well, I
what
try to do
means
that with my
coaching,
friends,
but
too.
that's what I was gonna say. I don't think it's necessarily, you know, coaching college. I think that you would be a great influence on these young guys coming into the league right now, into the NFL or even NBA.
From a
just
business side.
from a business standpoint,
Yeah.
into creating a brand
Because you know what's
outside,
funny is I talked
outside
about
of
that.
it.
I talked about.
I think that's just so much more to
So
it.
this is going to carry me over to a conversation I had earlier this week, actually with Gary. And
Shout out
we were
to
talking
Gary.
about shout out to Gary. He's
In the
one of the
back.
people responsible for us
Way
being here.
different.
Yeah.
So we talked about just in general, like how he was
His
saying, like in
sneakers are fly
basketball,
today.
like in basketball side, like a lot of those guys, they can kind of venture out and do what it is they want to do business wise. But in football, you're kind of like, nah, you're like, we don't know if you're really focused. Like they just want you to be invested in football because this is what pays you and we paying you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you never really hear about too many other guys having business outside of football. Like you see how
That's true, man.
You see how you have
Yeah.
LeBron has uninterrupted, like he has different businesses and stuff. But in
Well,
football, you don't really hear too many guys.
I was
having
gonna
other
say,
business.
I think, and I don't know if it's because of the age, like whatever, but I think us being the same age, you remember that time. They were telling my ex the same things, like
Right.
they were telling you, and he was NBA. Like they were saying, you know, focus. Like businesses weren't the thing.
It wasn't.
And I just always was a business minded person, so I was like, no, it's gonna be your thing because we need
'Cause
to
it has
do
to be your
things
thing.
outside of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so right now, being that having things outside of your sport or whatever your main thing is the thing. That's why you see LeBron and all these people.
But it's
you
in
have to have a
basketball side.
personality
But what about
too.
football side?
But I was gonna say, I think it's more so the personality of people to say, no, I really want to do this, because there are these money
That's the
managers that
thing.
tell you don't
But
do
a lot
this,
of
don't
guys
invest in that.
don't have a strong enough personality
And
to
that's what I was gonna
stand
say.
up and say, this is what I want
Yeah.
to do, and I'm going to do it.
And I think
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
where it is.
And that was my
right
attitude,
there.
like, shit,
Yeah.
this is what I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I have an off season to do it, but they always try to question you. But even
Yeah.
if you look back, even when Venus and Serena, and they started their like clothing lines, and they were in school and they were doing interior decorating and all that stuff. When I used to watch the matches, they were like, I don't know how focused they are because they have so
They
many
do,
other things going on. And the media puts
a
that in
big
people's
part of it,
mind.
yeah.
Like, so if they don't do well in the tournament, it's because they have all these other things going
and
on.
it has nothing to do with
and
that.
it's like,
And I
Hello,
remember,
it's called time
Ser-
management.
remember Serena with the fashion thing. Like she really, like she said that
She's
was a
still
passion.
doing it.
Yeah.
She still does, because I remember them bringing it up. Like she's
bring it
trying
up.
to do all of this and that.
and they act like it's a big problem, like because you're trying to do other things and be successful, not only just in that sport, but in life and other things that you have passions
Absolutely.
for, and that shouldn't be an issue. Like you can multitask and stop trying to, and this goes back to limiting people and putting them
in a box. Well, I saw you
This
saw
is-
that.
This
yeah.
is one
he
thing that I don't like.
Yeah.
Stop putting people in the box. Just because they became successful at this doesn't mean they can do a couple other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely, man.
That's always been my thing, and that's always been my fight.
I just definitely
and
think
I
I
always
see you-
encourage anybody, if that's your passion, go
Yeah.
after it.
But I said all that to say that I see you encouraging, like, or not encouraging, but guiding players that are in the league now, either when they first start, but more so on their way, midway through their career, so that they know that they need to start doing something else besides football or basketball.
You know why a lot of these guys, like, and even when I was playing, you know, in the moment, you're just out there playing football, and you just feel like, okay, this is my main income, but at the end of the day, it's like you can be doing something else to make you some income too while you're sleeping or like
Exactly.
And it's something that you enjoy doing, so it's not gonna feel like work. So just do it. Like for instance, I even said to me, I said, Odell Beckham should have a hair dye or something. Like for him, because all these kids who have this mohawk and this hair dye, like
it comes
they
from
will buy
Odell.
his.
Yeah,
If he has his own.
You're
Like,
absolutely
I don't feel
right,
like
man.
he knows
First of all.
this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things that these guys can do because you have made yourself.
Odell Beckham need his face on some socks that's not made by the NFL. You know
But
not
made by him.
but
Like,
made by
have
him
your
because
own product.
I feel like
Like, you have
everybody's
to
wearing
start learning
socks like
to-
him, high socks, because he was wearing them.
So
yeah, like,
start creating your own,
Yeah.
and instead of endorsing other people's, because all you're doing is getting paid a small percentage of what they're making. They're making big money using you.
There we go.
You know what I'm
segue into
saying?
Beyonce.
Yes.
Take
Right,
it.
but it definitely is. But
Equity instead of money.
exactly how she did with Uber instead of getting paid
Well,
that
I'm
$6
gonna tell
million.
y'all this: if they were
She
trying to
said,
pay
"Give
me
me
$6
equity."
million, I might have took that $6 million. I ain't gonna front. But Beyonce got
She
like
seen the
major
vision.
bank too. So
But she seen
it's
the
like
vision, too.
It's almost like somebody trying to pay me. Like right now, somebody trying to pay me $10,000 for something, and I'll be like, give me the equity. I'd rather that.
Absolutely.
But right now, if you trying to tell
Especially
me
if you
$6
believe in
million,
it.
I'm be like, give me that check.
But no, if you see
But
the vision,
Beyonce,
like,
yeah, that
nah,
was
this
a
might
little
take
different.
off. So I'm definitely, I want equity in
And
this.
Ashton Kutcher was in there early, so she probably saw the people that were in there, and
Well, not even that. It's you yourself, man. You're doing it. You have your own app. You have your
Yeah.
own. So
Well,
you know
yeah,
what?
I'm doing it. But I mean, a lot of these guys, I wish they'd be doing it while they're playing still.
But I
You know
wanna-
what I'm
that's
saying?
why I said you need to be. That's where I think like I would love to see you be a part of. Like,
No, I want to
Yeah.
talk
people
about it
while they're playing.
We got to go to break.
Getting it.
But I
Oh.
want.
Okay.
But I want to go into
You
more.
trying to tell me shut up?
Well, not
All
necessarily.
right.
I would never tell
a
you.
nice way.
I would never tell you.
Just
to
quiet
shut
a
up,
little
Meeka.
bit.
Just
Just
quiet.
hush.
But no, let's get into the app thing because it talks about it's the difference between being an entrepreneur and an athlete and then
Right.
taking that risk and all that. So we'll get to it after the break.
Yeah, we'll get into that and a lot of other juicy things.
Peace. We started off.
We're waiting on Meeka as usual.
everybody, it's Dwayne Wade Sr. Want y'all to come out and be a part of our Father's Day weekend. Yes, it's going to be at North Miami Senior High School. Don't miss it. It's the 13th through the 16th. We're going to have a lot of activities, a lot of fun. As usual, it's going to be a great time. So don't miss it. Tell your family, tell your father, tell everybody to come out and be a part of one of the most wonderful Father's Day events that's ever thrown here in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah,
We are back in the mix. Has the liquor set in yet?
no, not me.
Go ahead, take a shot.
I'm a G.
Let me fade the music down so we can take a shot in your honor.
Clank, clank.
Clink.
I'm bringing our glasses.
Clank.
Cheers,
The
man.
Mac and Meek
Right,
live
y'all be
glasses.
doing these plastic cups.
We're drinking
Like we at
Kool-Aid, by the way.
barbecue.
If you're a young kid out there, this is not alcohol. This is
Rico OG.
Orange juice.
this is orange juice. This is apple juice out there.
Mine is whatever you want it to be.
Hawaiian punch.
Hey, you guys, you want to get into like a little celebrity news? Because we didn't even talk about any of the Kodak
We
Black.
got
No,
so
we definitely
deep.
do. But before we even get into that, I just really wanted to touch back on what you said
Yeah.
with these guys doing businesses and how I was saying that I would love to see them getting into businesses. But how many people do you think right now, how many people can you see doing more? And then also I wanted to ask, well, probably a lot of people
There's a
doing
few people
more.
I can see doing more. I can see Von Miller doing more. Like I
See?
see him doing commercials for like what was the Old Spice and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's like figure out what your brand is or what you're known for,
Okay.
and create that to make it your business because people will buy it, especially right now.
Speaking of branding, do you think, I know we always get into this debate,
Yeah.
do you think that people do try to box you guys, well, not just you
They
guys,
do.
but just anybody that is in a specific field
Absolutely.
in all the time?
If you know somebody to be a rapper, you expect
or
them to be a
a
rapper. If
football
you know
player.
somebody to be a football player, you expect them to be a football
Yeah.
player. But what's funny is people like to see people. That's why you had jock jams when you seen rappers doing athletic stuff like playing basketball. People
Yeah.
like to see you outside of your element.
I think they like to
how
see
well
them
you
fuck
do.
up. I don't know.
They want to see how you want to do. They just like to see you outside.
I like to see them get dunked on.
Listen, if something is your strength, they like to see you like rapping your
There's
strength.
always that
They
one
wanna see you
artist
do
that can
something
really
else.
ball on
Right, so it's
everybody
like,
else.
oh, and it's oppressive. Like when you see somebody doing something
Yeah.
else. Like, do you know how many people came up to me about that dance video? Like,
So, okay, so you're somebody right
who
now that
steps outside of my
yes, you
element
step
a lot.
outside your box, but you are somebody
Never
that
was
people,
in a box.
No. People have,
Yeah.
I'm sure,
No,
boxed
yeah,
you
yeah.
in.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure that.
They tried.
Cause they tried, and you was like, you was slithering and dancing out of that box. Lost my headphones. Anywho, who
Well-
else do you think has been boxing like you?
I feel like a lot of people's been boxed in because based on how they were introduced to the audience,
Yeah.
that's how the people view them. So we know you as this. We know
Yeah.
you as a commentator. We know you as an athlete. We know you as an actress. So when you go to do something else, they like, well, we don't know if you're going to be good at that.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the individual. That has something to do with the viewer because they're not used to being able to do multiple things, even though they can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's surprising when people have multiple talents, but everybody has multiple talents.
You know, but
Somebody just has one gift.
and you know, but as an athlete, you're pretty much especially when you start off in college, it's a full-time job. And so how do you have time to explore, to even try to figure out, oh, I'm interested in doing other things? You're a kid when you're coming into college. You don't have any, when you're in high school and you're coming into college as a star athlete, you're
Yeah.
pretty much focused on football.
But it was other things that you liked growing up. I liked the music growing up too. So it was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
played football for fun.
But how do you
It
make
wasn't as
time in
serious.
college to focus on?
College is all about time management. Hello? So
Yeah.
by the time you get out of college, you should know how to manage your time from practice to study hall.
Well, when did
to
you have
homework.
time? You guys,
I made time to hang out. I made time for everything. It's time.
He made time for the boat scandal.
It's
He made
24
time.
hours in a day.
listen.
It's
He
24
got
hours in
time.
a day.
So-
I'm gonna use a good 18 to 19 of them to get done what I need to get
So
done.
there's no excuses, what you're saying.
No, people give excuses for why they can't do something. That's because they don't really want to do it. Because if you want to do it, you're gonna find time to do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what it is with these college programs. They demand.
Anybody
They're
in life.
demanding.
That's why I say I'm not into the people who talk. I'm into the doers.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how good you are. Show me.
Yeah. Well, you guys, if you're an athlete, you could get inspired by Mac because he didn't focus on just football. He
Get
focused
inspired by
on
Bryant with a T.
B. Mac.
McKinney.
Bryant.
Bryant.
I call
McKinney.
I go Big Mac.
AKA B Mac. B Mac.
Well, we go Brian when we're trying to get those checks in the boardroom.
And we call him Brian when we trying to make him mad.
But I was gonna ask you about, because the most impressive thing about you is when you brought the guys from Silicon Valley. You brought these strange looking white dudes. They came to our show.
They strange looking.
Listen. They were strange looking.
The opinions of my co-hosts are not those
Let me
of mine.
explain.
Okay?
Mine either.
Come on.
We were in
Where
the-
the fuck that come
We
from?
were in the hood, and I saw some white dudes up at the club.
And I was like, welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know
And
what?
that was strange to me.
Brian asked, because you know what I do? I do a good job of,
Oh my God.
I call it the B-Mac experience.
Yeah.
I do a good job of just hosting and just being fun and welcoming. And once you do that, you're able to let people guard down and they trust you and they're able to have a good time.
Yeah.
So I've done that with a lot of people. So for them to come there, they don't know, they probably realized they was in the hood after a while, but
Well, I told them.
by me saying
He
like,
told him,
Yeah,
what you
well,
doing in
here's
the
what I
by
hood?
me
did.
saying like, come by, they were like, oh, B-Mac said come by, we'll go
Sure.
by.
So Mac has the app, and he bought the guys.
Let's chat.
Yes, Let's Chat. It's Let's Chat. And the guys live in Los Angeles, and they told me they live in like Silicon Valley area. Like they
PJ Live.
I had so much fun
Hey,
chatting with
what's
those
up,
guys. But
Angelo?
here's what I told them. I ain't gonna lie to you. I told them, I'll say, okay, so
Shout out to Royal Jets.
Royal Jets.
I said, picture yourself being in Los Angeles right now, but you're in Miami, and picture yourself being in Compton. And that's where you
Calm
are.
down. I don't know if he was in Compton.
We were in Compton.
I don't think we were in Compton. I think we was in like,
Worse than Compton.
no, because ain't nobody trying to like,
No, we were in Compton.
ain't nobody trying to hold
Well, then they was in Compton with Suge Knight then.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Because ain't nobody gonna like, it wasn't nobody gonna try to mess
fuck
with us.
Yeah.
Okay, I
We was there for a few
Shout out to
weeks.
Lou, he just
Trina
joined.
came through.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
Bobby Lights. Like, so many people came through Miami Tip, came through to that location, Larry
Right.
Johnson. So many people came there.
Yeah.
They were okay.
But you
But
talk,
it was a crazy
Shout out to my
location.
Uncle Wes.
yeah, man.
He just
Uncle
tuned in.
Wes, what's
Worldwide
up?
West.
Oh, hey.
West name be in a lot of songs.
I was on your Instagram, Mac, earlier. Some guy was like, "Hey," they asked you a question about, "Hey, why do you call yourself the ambassador of Miami?"
No, they said, why do people call you the ambassador
Yes.
of Miami? Because
Why?
I don't call myself the ambassador
Why?
of Miami.
Why is that?
That's based off the connections and different people that I've met, and it's about building relationships and not burning bridges.
Yeah.
So I build relationships with a lot of people. I show them a good time, and that's why I say I call it the B-Mac experience. Meeka. I met Meeka
Yeah.
through a friend,
Yeah.
Kendra, and you just
That's
build a
not-
relationship.
yeah.
So-
we met differently from that, but then after that, we started hanging out at the B-Mac.
Because we realized we was fun. Like, I realized Meeka was fun. I said,
and he's
damn.
like, I want her to be in on that. But when I see him, I was like, I want in on that.
Right.
And then we were out partying separately.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh shit, he lit over
It's
there.
just like you just have some good genuine fun. You got some good people around you. You just
No,
want to
the
have a good
B-Mac
time.
experience,
But
you
then
are
also
blessed to
help
be a part of
help
it.
to like network with people. So
Yeah.
if I know what somebody does,
Yeah.
I bring them together and help them, create business and make money together. Things
Well,
like that.
no, I do agree with that.
Josh
Look,
Jackson-
Angelo said Meeka is the
Yeah.
Patron queen. She is tequila.
yeah,
We just
tequila.
gonna
You gonna say
say
tequila.
tequila.
There we go. Anyway,
Neat.
The reason
Shout
why
out
I
to
mentioned
Bella.
the B-Mac experience because Josh Jackson, he came in town for the Rolling Out concert. I don't know if you know him.
Josh Jackson.
He's an NBA player, plays for the
Yeah.
Phoenix Suns.
You should have
come
called
on
me up.
personal.
He should have called you. You know why?
He should've.
Because he tried to sneak
And he
in.
might have stayed out of trouble.
He tried to
Yeah.
sneak in the VIP at the Rolling Loud and got arrested, man. All he had to do
Word.
was call you, man.
Josh Jackson. First of all, you ain't have to just call me. You could have just paid it because you got it. You in the NBA.
No.
You got the money to just pay to get
Why
in the
pay
VIP.
when you can sneak in?
I know.
It got
Some
you
people-
arrested.
you know
So now
what?
you on news.
Some people, it's about the excitement.
No, it was a
and shit.
thrill, but
I
it's
think
like.
so. I
but
really
from
do.
what I was told too, he tried to sneak in more than once, and
Well,
it
I
was
guess
like.
Tyreek was looking for a thrill or whatever. He was
You know, we supposed to have.
Smoking or
I think
smoking,
Zoe.
I don't know.
Zoe Dollar's supposed to be on the show today. He's on his way. He's
Yeah,
supposed to be in.
he's coming from the
You know what?
airport.
I think we should get him on the phone instead. What do you think? I think in the next break.
Oh, maybe we should call him.
Let's see if we can get him on the
let's see
phone.
where he at. Yeah, let's
Right,
get him
he was
on
in
the-
traffic.
But in the meantime, let's go over a couple like celebrity stories.
let's
I
do
wanted to
that.
run. Are we going to break right now or what? Yeah. All right. So I tell you what, we'll go to commercial break and we'll come back and we'll try to get Zoe Dollars on the phone and we'll talk about all the other
Okay.
celebrity gossip and all the
Yeah,
other
I
good
was looking
stuff.
forward to that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, Mr. Blow a check.
Yeah.
check.
What you about to say?
No, I was gonna say, no, I was gonna say
It's about to
couches
come
too.
off way different.
Very special guest in the studio. He's one of the greatest men to ever step foot on a basketball court. The best defensive guard of all time. The ambassador of the Euro step. Who slices through the lane like a ninja in rush hour traffic. The 3-time NBA champion. Olympic bronze and gold medalist. The mayor of Wade County. 6'4" guard from Robbins, Illinois. We have Dwayne.
I'm in here. I'm here, yo. Like, I'm not leaving the game feeling like I left anything on the table. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving like, you know what? I gave everything to it. I accomplished this, I accomplished this, I accomplished this. So I can walk away from the game. So it feels good right now to know that, you know, everything that I wanted to accomplish and more that I did, so I can walk away and not look back.
Like, this is a blessing for us. Pleasure. You, honey, I love you. Yes, I love you.
It's really special to have people that love you and you can love them.
We're waiting on Meeka as usual.
Mac and Meek Live, Friday night, 8 o'clock. Bryant McKinnie
And Meeka.
and Meeka. I don't. What's your middle name? No, just playing.
No, not mind your fucking business, all right?
You got. I bet you got a
Highlight to me
cute. I bet you got a beautiful middle name.
I do.
You ain't gonna share it with it.
No.
Get the finger. What? The middle. Sorry,
Giving the finger.
I know. I'm back on.
Damn, you just gave you.
Sorry.
You just get.
But shout out to
What
our
up?
boy David Few. He's listening and shouting
Okay.
us out over there on the
Where do you listen
the
from?
airwaves. What do you mean? Where he listen? I don't know. He's shouting us
Oh,
out.
okay.
That's what the-
Shout out to Dave Few.
But anyway, let's get into the celebrity news.
Shout out to the Miami Hurricanes. We talked about y'all earlier. I see you just tuned in.
Okay, Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah,
One
man.
offensive lineman.
Hey, man. Anyway,
We
celebrity.
We love y'all.
Celebrity news. The NBA is.
I done seen 1,000 license plates. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man. It was deep down here, man. Milwaukee Bucks. They play tonight against the Toronto Raptors.
And I heard they banned Drake.
Yeah, man. They said
Yes.
in Milwaukee. I don't know if you guys ever been to Milwaukee. It's not much to do.
No.
I think I grew up like an hour and a half from Milwaukee, and basically
Tony Neal, the DJ from Core DJs. He's from Milwaukee.
that's my
so,
dude, man.
Yeah, that's my homie too. So
Shout out to Tony.
I know he's from Milwaukee, so he always like tells me about Milwaukee.
Anyway, y'all heard of this Drake curse? Mika, you familiar
Yes.
with it?
I seen he wore the 76ers
Yes,
shorts.
and my
and they-
boys won
Yeah.
when he wore that. So the Drake curse is real. I
Yeah.
do feel like that. But I think that along with anybody that's really into sports or is an athlete, like everybody is really superstitious. Mac, am I
No,
lying?
you are.
Right? Okay.
I'm not gonna lie because
Yeah.
you, like with me, I would get.
think it's just
It was certain
supersti-
things. It's crazy that why I don't know why you become superstitious.
I don't know either.
And how you remember the things that you did, but like for instance, the day before, I had like a rider as as a offensive lineman. I had a rider, so anytime we went out of town, I had to have cereal the night before the games, and it had to be certain cereals. So
okay, go ahead.
it
Bill, I need
did.
to
You
know
know,
what
it'd be like them
cereal.
little mini boxes. I always had to have
Okay.
cereal the night before games. And they knew it. And when I left Minnesota and I got to Baltimore, they knew that too. Like, and then when I came to Miami, they knew it. Like,
right.
he has to have these cereals that are like, and they'll be sit there positioned
Now,
waiting
who
for
keeps
me.
track of this? The NFL?
I don't know who keeps track of this, but they knew, like, from Minnesota, when I was in 9 years in Minnesota, it was like I had to have these every time we traveled, home or away. I had to have these certain cereal, and
that is.
you know, the night before the game. So we'll have a little team dinner or whatever, snack, whatever, and then I go to the room and I have my little cereal the night before. That was part of my
So please tell me.
superstition or whatever.
Please tell me. Fruit Loops was in there, and also
No,
cinnamon
Fruity Pebbles.
cinnamon
What
toast
was in
crunch.
there?
Fruity Pebbles.
Cinnamon toast crunch would have had to been there.
Cookie Crisp. What? Tell us.
Please tell us your top 3 cereals, please.
It was always like, it wasn't like, because they didn't have.
Oh, he had some corny shit like Raisin
It was.
Bran.
It was. Nah.
Raisin
It was
Bran,
like.
Special
Frosted
K.
Flakes.
Fruit Loops was one of them. It was Frosted Flakes.
Frosted ain't whack
And-
though.
My
Frosted
dad-
Flakes
my
pretty
dad
good.
Cause you gotta
Love
remember
That is
those.
a
You gotta
dad-
remember
that
those
is a
little
dad
miniature
cereal.
boxes. They didn't
That is a
have.
dad cereal.
Bran flakes.
They didn't have like all those things.
Fucking honey nut.
No, I get
Cheerio,
it.
honey nut Cheerios.
So basically, anything with sugar was not on the list. Anything good.
Frosted Flakes had sugar.
So you had frosted.
Fruit Loops.
Okay, so Fruit Loops. You're not giving.
Sometimes it'd be like Rice Krispies.
Oh hell
Certain
no!
things.
Anyway, yeah, bye. You ate the boringest cereals
Cereals ever.
But it makes sense.
Stop hating. At
know
the end of
what
the
I
day,
mean?
we
My
not
kids
talking
eat
about what y'all
Oreos
like.
and
We
listen.
talking about what I ate.
Look, if you're gonna be a pro athlete,
one,
if you're gonna be a
right?
pro athlete, eat what Mac ate. If you're gonna be
But
a
listen, one thing I couldn't do was order room service.
Why?
I ordered room service one time in college. I got injured. I ordered room service one time the night before the game. And as a pro,
Superstition.
got injured. I tore my meniscus in college ordering room service. The
would
one
never order it
time
again.
I
That's
do
what
it
I
again,
said, yep.
I tore my meniscus the next time.
Never again,
I was like,
see?
never
Oh.
again. Never order room service.
Mac, you were supposed to learn
Never
from
order room
college.
service.
Like, I would have
I
never
felt like,
did it again,
okay,
and I'm not
what's the
even a
odds of me
player.
ordering room service and I get injured? I ordered room service, got injured.
I'm
So
not
I
even
never
a
ordered
player
room
and I would
service
do
no
that.
more.
Yeah, I'm
Never.
Like,
So
if they used to
you
win,
develop like these superstitions from
superstition
just
is
dumb
crazy.
stuff that happens, and it was like, what's
Like,
the odds of this?
if we used to, if like they used to win and my kid is wearing like a certain shirt, oh, you wearing that shirt
Oh, Right, yeah.
it was
the
just what it
next
was.
game,
So-
or something like it's just crazy. Like I don't know why.
Meeka, what kind of basketball fan? Like when you go to the games, are you really into it? Or are you just kind of like there to
You know
soak up?
what? I was always different because I always like to dress fly and do whatever, but I was into the game. So
Yeah.
I would bring people to the game.
So
and
you
they'd be
understood
talking,
it.
Like we brought Taraji, like they were shooting I Can Do Bad by Myself or what was the movie? I think that was it, right?
yeah.
And Kendra, our friend that we were just talking about how we met,
Mm-hmm.
she was doing Taraji's hair for the movie. So she and I think Adam Rodriguez, whoever the other co-star was,
Yeah.
I think that was him. They came to the game and we're like on the floor and they're talking. I'm like,
Right, you into
like
it.
I can't even like focus. Like we could talk and we could drink and all
Because
that.
people be there for different reasons. People be there
But-
for like the pictures.
But
Like
Yeah.
Taraji was into sports, but we were just like so hyped to like just like be hanging
You
out
had
as
more
girls
involvement.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, she had been working through, and they had just rapped, but they didn't have their rap party. So she was actually done, and she wanted to hang out. So she was actually talking to Kendra and talking to me, but I was just like this, focus. But I'm different because even in college, like I would always be super focused on the games. But just in general, like when we would go to any city, I'm more of a football fan, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I see. I'm
than
surprised to hear
basketball.
that. Wow.
Shout out to the NFL.
Wow. You are a traitor.
No,
I'm just
I
playing.
am,
That's
no.
what
fine.
is it you like more about the NFL? Than,
Yeah. What?
You know what I like more about the NFL is that because I'm actually a fan of sports,
Yeah.
their fans to me seem more real. I've said that to you before.
You did?
Yeah. I feel like when you go to those games, like I've gone with wives, so I've
So you
gone
feel
with,
like more like loyal or like
no,
what do you mean by
they're
real?
really into the
Yeah.
Oh,
game.
okay.
They're nuts.
So I've gone with
Yeah.
people like Mike Vick's wife, Kiafa Vick,
Yeah.
and shout out to her and Mike and everybody. And I've gone to the Jets games with them when I was in New York. I've gone with families before. It's a little different because you're like, hey, cute. Ooh. But when I go as just, you know, the wife of a player that's playing basketball, but I'm just going because they're out of town, going to the Falcons games, the Raiders games. Raiders fans, crazy, love
I
it.
heard the black hole.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like I enjoyed myself so much
Listen,
as like
I never got a chance
just-
to really tailgate until after I retired, like probably 2 years after I retired.
It's the most
All the
amazing
fun that
experience.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. We tailgated one time at the Orange Bowl. At the time we were holding out.
The real Orange Bowl?
Yeah, the original.
Wow. The real one.
Oh, yeah,
Right, 'cause they knocked it down
those fake
now.
ones?
No, well, it's knocked down now.
Yeah,
okay.
it's
They
not-
played the Hard Rock Stadium. But the Orange Bowl,
It's
so
fake.
yeah, when we first got in the league, Ed Reed and I and like somebody else.
Ed!
Shout out to Ed. Woo! So we tailgated, then I threw up. It was hot. It was like 3 in the afternoon. You like drinking. It was hot.
What time
the
did
way.
you start drinking?
I threw up later on though. I threw up like they ain't know. The only reason why they knew I threw up is because I went in the bathroom. We was at the Cheesecake Factory way after the game. And I went in there, I excused myself, and I went in the bathroom, and I threw up. And then some random person being nosy, gonna go out to the table talking about, is that y'all's friend sitting there throwing up? I mean, it was like a random person who wasn't even with us. It was like, so when I came back out to the table acting like everything was all cool, they was like, bro, you was in there throwing up? I'm like, what you talking about? They're like, this man came up to I'm like,
hell yeah, you got it. Own
why
up
wasn't
to
he
it.
minding his damn business?
No, own up to it, damn it.
You know, I came back out looking regular, like I done cleaned myself up, like I'm good, cool,
Yo,
back off.
that
You know,
is
you be hot.
Yo, that's hilarious. See, there's no way I could throw up and come back and look regular. Like, I'd be it'll be beads of sweat pouring off my forehead.
I got myself back together. I regrouped. Shout out to Crystal Meth.
Wait. Meanwhile,
Crystal Coleman.
that's a crazy story about me throwing up with the same game when Taraji and Adam and them was there.
Oh, you threw up?
I threw up. No, leaving. I was on a detox. I had just had a baby.
Oh, okay.
And so we were having a good time and just drinking too at the game. And I was in the Maserati.
How many
And,
shots you take?
Oh, a lot.
You were
But
just-
I thought I was just like still me.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize I hadn't drank.
Yeah, it'd
in
be
3
totally
weeks.
different.
I hadn't drank in
You
3
thought it was
weeks.
gonna be a breeze.
And we were passing a club. I was going home to drop off my car. We were going out to dinner. We were going to like Ocean Air or Ocean something. I can't
Ocean
remember.
Air, they had
it
one in
was,
Minnesota, too.
So we were going there. We were supposed to meet there. And all I know is I called my friend Kendra. I said, girl, I can't make it. I done threw up in the Roddy. I didn't want to open my door, like, because there was a club. We were in traffic, and there was a club on the left. And I was just like, I'm not.
Y'all wasn't
happy.
going to the club though, right?
No. I was actually driving home to drop off my car, and then
I'd
I
have
was gonna
opened that
take a
damn door
cab.
and threw up.
I should have.
Cause I don't like cleaning up stuff
I
like
know,
that.
but I didn't clean it up.
Oh.
But I got a lot of flack for that because it was embarrassing. I had to have the guy come detail it. It was very embarrassing.
Wow. No, man. I think last week, because I was when we were talking about you throwing up after, I think it was on an airplane on the.
I thought before I got on the
it was
plane.
going to OTAs, right?
You did?
Yeah,
Oh,
we.
on
No,
the- yeah, I
not
remember
on the
that.
plane.
The private jet.
I was in the.
It was a
private
private jet.
The private jet, yeah.
I was about to get on the private jet, and I had to end up. Well, I had to get the private jet because I missed my flight, and I had to hang over because it was the night before going to training camp, actually.
Exactly.
And so it was like, oh, I'm gonna party one last time because you know what I always did.
What year was this? What year were you into the
This
league?
probably was like my 8th year.
Oh, so you were already.
I was a vet.
You
so
was a vet.
I knew the schedule. I knew what time I had to be, whatever. So that's how I knew it. I had to get on this
Exactly.
flight by a certain time. I got on that flight like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I knew I needed to be. I knew what time I needed to be there. But I was drunk and I couldn't I was throwing up still at 9. My flight was at 9:30. I was still throwing
Wait,
up
so
at
were you
9:30.
out? You were out at the club hanging out, or
Yeah,
just
we went out. It was like my last night being the time before I had to go to training camp. And what I did was when it's time for training camp is once I got into training camp, I didn't drink until my birthday.
Yeah.
So that was my whole detox.
Okay.
So I would drop weight and all that because all you're doing is working out and training. And I wouldn't have another drink until September 23rd. So that means July 25th, I ain't drinking again until September 23rd. That's like
Wow,
2
that's a
months.
lot. That's a
yeah.
lot.
So that was my last time drinking. So I always had like a little bang before I left, and it had too much of a bang. That
And
night.
is it tequila or is it just
I
still?
was probably drinking everything.
He was drinking
Yeah,
everything.
like,
and all
I-
that. I
One thing
carry
about
on.
me is everybody be trying to say like, oh, I only drink this, I only drink that. I drink alcohol.
Yeah, man. But
Yeah.
It don't
Okay.
matter. I prefer tequila, and after tequila, I drink vodka, and if whatever else is left, I'm gonna drink if I want to still keep it going.
if you're a regular human being, we would recommend you never ever do that.
Listen.
Only mix one type of liquor, and that would be a vodka or a tequila
They
or
both
a
was
cognac.
clear.
Nah,
But
man.
I've drank Hennessy. I mixed. The only thing I really care for, I feel like make me sick, is like champagne. And then
Oh,
on
I
my
hate
birthday when I was in
champagne.
LA,
Ooh, I
I had
hate
drank
champagne.
wine after I drank all that stuff, and I feel like that wine scooped up. And I threw up in, shout out to John Silver and
Yeah, man.
Ashley. I threw up in their bathroom and came back out like nothing happened. However, they realized it was like particles because it was like a big throw
All
up.
over the
and they was like,
walls?
who threw up in the bathroom? Like later on, but it was me.
Anyway, Zoe Dollar, is he okay? Call him, man.
He might be okay. It's hard to call him with these earphones on.
Let's call
Put
him
him on
up.
speaker.
Put him on speaker. Yeah, let's warn him first. Let him know that he's being recorded.
All
We want to make sure that the flight landed.
They asked me to call.
Like
I
this
called once.
has when you call them.
Oh, it's
in
not.
these headphones.
Yeah, when you call him, tell him this has nothing to do with the interview. We just want to make sure that he got home. Okay.
Bitch.
Oh,
Whoa. And you know what?
Not a working number.
Well, that's how it is with me because I got Metro PCS, so I don't know.
Oh, I thought he gave him the Willy Bobo. Oh, that's just like some old other shit. Okay.
Now we know Matt got the bad line. That's probably you know what? That's probably his Google Voice number or the line he gives to his like his jump offs or whatever.
Damn.
I ain't no damn jump off.
I was about to say.
No,
How'd that work?
I ain't no damn jump off.
No, you got the bad line.
I'm a Martin fan, y'all.
Yeah, man. Anyway, I think we almost are done here. We didn't even get into any. The major Kodak Black got arrested and got out on bail for $555K or whatever.
That whole weekend Rolling Loud.
Up.
Are they going to bring it back?
Yo, yeah, man. Makes a lot of money, man.
After all of
It's a
that,
lot of money. There's a lot of things that went on.
There was a lot of
That's
shootings.
true.
You know,
I
a
do
random
think so,
guy
too.
got shot at Hertz. He worked for Hertz, just moving a car. And
Yeah.
that whole NBA YoungBoy shootout.
By the way, why y'all
he
want
died.
why y'all want to come down to Miami to start shooting at each other, man?
What they don't know is I know they ain't from Miami doing all the shooting on the beach because everybody from Miami don't go on South Beach with that shooting crazy stuff because you can't get off that island. South Beach is an island. You got to get on them bridges to get back over. Y'all ain't from there. We know that. To be shooting on South Beach.
Yeah, man, you got to be a stupid. You got to be a dummy to be coming down here to be shooting
Y'all
on
come down here
South
and
Beach.
be classy. Because y'all get South Beach confused with Miami. Miami is on the other side of the bridge.
You know what? They'll remember.
South Beach is...
They recognize it once they get arrested and they heading over the bridge.
No, they act up on South Beach.
Yeah,
No.
but anyway.
But say it's Miami. That's South Beach, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, we had a great show today, man. A lot of things we talked about.
Oh, yeah, but we didn't talk about a lot because we were waiting for our guest. But I
Look,
know
Zoe.
We'll get him up. We'll get Zoe. He'll be back.
Yeah, no, he'll be back for sure.
He flew in today. He was trying to beat traffic.
Listen,
He's trying to come support.
If you're a VIP in Miami, if you're who's who, you'll be on the show. We going after Trick Daddy. We going after everybody else.
Uncle Luke.
Yeah, Uncle Luke. If you got something going on,
And my favorite, K-Addict 305.
oh, there we go.
Yo, we can't
Yeah.
wait for that one. That's going to be hilarious.
So the same time next week.
8:00.
Okay, cool.
Peace.
We're waiting on Meeka as usual.